Hello everyone, I hope that you have gone through my previous video where I tried to introduce the chapter as the title of the chapter is Unity in Indian Constitution of Class 7 Political Science segment. In this particular video, we will try to understand the rest part of the chapter. Do you know, this chapter begins with the case study of two different incidences. The incidences was based on the short story. First incidences was based on the voting day and another incidences was in the hospital. Why this story has been framed? Just to make us understand that how one is feel when there is a equal treatment, when all are treated equally, what sorts of feelings one have. Now let us not waste the time and let us discuss in brief about this story. It was a voting day. In that voting day, there was a lady named Kanta. She was standing in the queue to cast her vote. And just nearby her, she has seen another queue and she was shocked to see that her master too was standing in the queue to cast the vote. Seeing that, she has narrated to her friend, you see, Jain Sahab too was standing like us to cast the vote. Now see, this particular sense or this particular happening has given a sense of equal feeling to the Kanta. After a few days, another incident has happened. The incident was what? The Kanta's daughter falls sick. And the reasons for her sickness was they were staying in such a village which was not hygienic. Basically, this where you can call as a slum areas or the jumbies, where the financial condition of the people were not much sound. And she has asked for some advance to her master. And when advance was given, she has taken her daughter to the hospital for treatment. Reaching in the hospital, she has found it was a very long queue. And she too stand in the hospital to reach to the doctor like the other patient. Coincidentally, on the same day, what she has come to know that her master, that is Mr. Jain, daughters too fell sick and Mr. Jain too was visited to the hospital. But here things happened quite different. Mr. Jain reached to the hospital and he did not stand in the queue. He went to doctor directly and he has given a treatment to her daughter. Now this particular incidences make Kanta feel that Jain Sahab is something more privileged than her. See, he will not stand in the queue like her to reach to the doctor. Now, what is this two story tells about? This two story tells about when there is a equal feeling or equal treatment, one has a feeling of happiness. One has a feeling of self-respect for oneself. One has a feeling that they are living with a similar kind of rights, similar kind of treatment in one nation. Right? See, in certain occasions it has seen that people, they use their influences. They make done their work. They not stand in the queue like an ordinary, common man. Right? But this is the one aspect of the day-to-day life. In other aspect, if you see, whatever the rights the constitution guaranteed to us, these rights are similar in nature. How we can say that these rights are similar in nature? Take the first story on the voting day. The constitution of our country has given voting right to all the people, despite they are coming from different background. Whether they are male, female, rich, poor, educated, uneducated, coming from any region, coming from any cultural background. So every people have an equal voting right. So why we have equal voting right? Because these voting rights are guaranteed by the constitution of our nations. Our nations has a given voting right on the basis of universal adult franchise. Now let us see what is universal adult franchise. When we talk about the universal adult franchise, it means a voting right is given to all the people having no discrimination based on any kind of background who attain the age of 18 years. They have a right to vote. Okay, but in the olden days it was not happen like that. During British rule it was not happen like that. Voting rights were not given to all the people. All the people were not allowed to elect their representatives who can govern them. But these days the idea is changed. When country is governed, if it has to be governed to all the people, it must be elected by all. That's why the concept of universal adult franchise was adopted and voting right was given to all the people. This is what right to equality talks about. Another, you see, beside this voting right, so many other rights comes in these categories, so-called right to equality. This is what right to express. Living in a democratic country like ours, that is India, we are free to express our ideas. We are free to express our thought. We are free to express our opinion. But while expressing our ideas, our thought, we should be very careful that it should not neglect, it should not feel others unhappy, or it should not hit their sentiment. So in that way, we are also allowed, or we are also free to express our opinion in a democratic manner. That's why you might have seen when people are unhappy, they organize lots of protests, but all these protests are within the democratic frame. Besides this equality, it talks about the equal respect for all the caste group. In olden days, what we had read or what we had come to know about, one caste group was seen oppressive over other, but these days such practices is not considerable. Constitution do not allow anyone to have this kind of practices. Okay, so each caste group living with their own identity are given equal respect, right? Another is respect for everyone's dignity, no matter which caste he belong to, what religion he or she follow, no, what profession he or she does. Every people and their dignity is equally respectable. That's why Constitution don't allow anybody to hit hard or disrespect the dignity of any individual. Like that, if you see in this text, to make us more clear the content, it has given the story of Om Prakash Valmiki. Who was Om Prakash Valmiki? Om Prakash Valmiki was an Indian author who born in a Dalit community. Now Om Prakash Valmiki has written one of his best book called as Juthan. In that book, he tried to narrate it, being born in the Dalit community, what sorts of ill treatment he had gone through in his early age. Right? So Constitution denies no group of people should be ill-treated based on their community, based on their caste. To overcome this problem, the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, also played very important role. He appealed the people to give up all this kind of social evil practices which differentiate one group of people to another group of people. That's why, to give equal respect to this community also, so-called Dalit, he called them as a Harijans. Now who were Harijans and why he called them as a Harijans? Mahatma Gandhi was meant to call them as a Harijans to address them as a children of God. So in this particular chapter, these are the aspects we discussed. But children, the content is so vast. It is, the equality is not only this much what we have discussed here. When you will go to your higher classes, more and more you will discuss about it. So, but up to this standard, what is the most important thing you need to know, I have explained you in this video. I hope that watching this video, when you go through your text, it will help you to understand the content very well. Till then, keep on learning and stay blessed. Thank you.